Oh, this is what people ask. People go, if Bernie Sanders is already running, why is Tulsi running? Now, I have an answer for that, but I'll let you answer it.
Look, I made the decision to run for president not long before Bernie made his decision, first of all, if we're talking about timing. But I made my decision because of very serious issues that I'm concerned about with regard to our country and our foreign policy. You know, the missile alert that we had in Hawaii back in last year was a massive wake-up call for me in seeing the direct nuclear threat, the existential threat that's facing every single one of us. As you know, Jimmy, we got that text alert early on a Saturday morning in Hawaii from our civil defense. It said, missile incoming, seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill. And in those minutes, you know, we thought that our loved ones, our families, our friends had literally just minutes to live, 15 minutes to find immediate shelter. This is not a drill. And that's what became so stark and clear as, you know, we had college students sprinting across their campus. We had, you know, parents. There's a father who lowered his little girl down a manhole, trying to find that shelter and realizing there is no shelter. There is no shelter. And not just in Hawaii. If we were to get an attack here right now, you know, where would you go?
No, I get this is double 5/8.
Okay, so you're going to be okay.
This is all code. Yeah, I'm
exactly. But that was that was a serious wake up call for all of us to see two things: both how our leaders have failed us in creating the situation where nuclear strategists are saying, "Hey, we're closer and closer to the brink of nuclear catastrophe now than ever before, at least in our lifetimes," and number two, there is no shelter. So that was a major turning point for me to recognize how, once again, essential it is that we have a president, commander-in-chief who's ready to walk in on day one and do that job.
So you have
that's what I'm prepared to do.
So you have for my taste, you have a much clearer foreign policy than Bernie. I love Bernie. I'm sure you love Bernie,
yeah.
Right? And so that, for me, I think it's important. Your voice is important to be heard. That's why it was so important to get you on the debate stage. And you see how it scares them. You see how much it scares them just to have your voice. One person using their whatever 30 seconds they get to answer a question to just mention the word regime change war scares the hell out of them so much. You see what happens, right?
Yeah, and you see, I mean, you played that clip earlier saying, well, what is a regime change war? And you saw that a little bit in the last debate. And it's frustrating, really. It's frustrating with that format because it does not allow for a real debate to occur between us. You know, time's up, commercial break, you know, we got to go make some money. Rather than allowing, you know, hey, I want to get across the very specific things that I'll do as commander-in-chief. I will call a summit within my first week in office between the United States, Russia, and China to begin to de-escalate these tensions, begin to work to end this new Cold War and nuclear arms race, lead with a foreign policy based on cooperation rather than conflict, bring our troops home from Afghanistan, end these regime change wars, make sure that we're bringing our taxpayer dollars back here to serve people here at home. I'm not interested in talking in fluffy language or throwing these words out that sound like platitudes but mean absolutely nothing. This is the most important responsibility the president has, to serve as commander-in-chief. Yet I can't think of any candidate or any media outlet that's hosting these debates that is treating this responsibility with the seriousness it deserves.
Oh, come on. You don't think that Anderson Cooper... Anyway, I don't know how you feel about being asked questions by a member of the Vanderbilt family. This guy, if there's anybody who has his finger on the pulse of what's happening in regular people, it's got to be a guy who Anderson Cooper grew up on the tough streets of Fifth Avenue. And then, he went to Yale, where then he joined the CIA. And then he was done with that because he wanted to go into reporting. And anyway, how do you feel about that, being asked questions by a guy who was the editor of the New York Times, who just got done smearing you and has cheered on every war? The person sitting next to him who came straight from Goldman Sachs, who husband now still works on Wall Street, and then the guy next to you is a member of the Vanderbilt family. These are the 1% are supposed to be representing America, asking our Democratic people that's supposed to be president, the next president. They're the ones representing us. They don't speak. That's why. So you'll never see a Jimmy Breslin on there asking a question, or a Jimmy Breslin type. You'll never see someone like me on there asking a question. It's all people who are, Anderson Cooper is worth $100 million before his inheritance. That's how much he's worth. So
Wow.
these are the people they have asking questions, and you wonder why nothing ever gets done in this country, because those are the people pushing propaganda. All right, I'm talking too much. You should be talking
Well,
more.
you asked what I thought. I actually made a very clear statement directly to them
yes.
during the debate about what I thought about these debates really being a disservice to voters, and how the DNC partnering with the corporate media has turned it into a political reality TV show, looking out more for profits and ratings and creating more conflict, rather than actually seeing this as a platform to inform voters so that they can make the best choice possible.
Next live Jimmy Dore show is in Philadelphia, November 18th. Plus, we'll be in Honolulu on December 27th doing live shows all month long in November and December in Hollywood at the Sycamore Tavern. Plus, we're going to be in San Jose, Sacramento, Tempe, Portland. Go to jimmydoorecomedy.com for a link for all the tickets for all of our live shows. And please become a patron if you like the show. We give you hours of bonus material every week. Go to jimmydoorecomedy.com and become a premium member. Thanks for your support.